As is always the case, the lone voice of reason on Fox News' The Five, and that's Jessica Tarlov. She put front and center Trump's brain is failing, and he was completely incoherent when he spoke to the New York Economic Club. When he was asked, how will you bring down the price of childcare? His answer made no sense. His brain is not functional, and he's completely incoherent, making her co-hosts, all right-wingers, uncomfortable. And they should be uncomfortable because they are supporting the oldest major party presidential nominee in American history whose brain is not working. Here's Jessica Tarlov doing what she does best.
But today was also about Donald Trump's economic speech, and we watched a lot of it. And I would dare any of you to listen to his answer on childcare and tell me what the hell he was talking about. It was one of the more incoherent things I've ever heard. He thinks tariffs are going to pay for everything. We know that they're a tax on the consumer. But this really highlights a big problem that everyone is saying, well, Trump is so transparent and Trump's out there and that's all that matters. What matters is the content of what he's saying. And none of it is explainable. This issue, which is a big priority for people, obviously a central plank of what's going on in the Harris campaign, he doesn't have an answer besides tariffs. And J.D. Vance yesterday was talking about just have grandma and grandpa do more, that's some sort of solution for people. He's going to have energy prices, drill, baby, drill, even though we're producing more oil than we ever have before, leading the world, more tax cuts for the rich. And tariffs are the only way that we're going to be paying for it.
I think tariffs are designed to punish countries who subsidize their products.
But they don't work that way. And
no, for specific countries, they do. Look, I know.
You know what?
I know tariffs.
As is always the case, Greg Gutfeld and who else is on this completely horrifying show? Jeanine Pirro, Jesse Waters, and it looks like Dana Perino. They never are able to contradict what Jessica Tarlov says with substance. So instead they talk around it or they talk tangentially or sometimes they attack her directly. She made the point, and it's an undeniable point, that it was a very specific question. What do you do about the cost of childcare? Trump's answer is incoherent. It's unintelligible. He vaguely refers to tariffs. And of course, tariffs are something that punishes American companies that often have no choice but to go overseas for certain source materials, products, or services. And Greg Gutfeld says, this is about tariffs. Tariffs do work. Here's the point of tariffs. That wasn't really the subject. What Jessica Tarlov is pointing out is Trump's not making any sense. His mouth moves, sounds come out. Most of the words are English, not all, but most. But they don't make any sense together. And the apoplexy over Joe Biden seems to have had a completely different standard than the, I don't know, tariffs. Yeah, that's his idea. When the guy can barely put together a sentence. Good for Jessica Tarlov. If it gets into the brains of 1% of the Fox audience, she's done something good. And what's crazy is the segment they're talking about, Trump's answer about childcare. It wasn't even the most incoherent thing Trump said this past weekend. We're going to get to that after this very short break.